He knocked me over. I landed on the dog bowl.
This one's wife. Here we go. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor, providing you with understanding about the behaviours of this one's wife as a consequence of her rampant narcissism. When it comes to her involvement with other people or potential involvement with other people, there's only one thing and one thing alone that governs her behaviour. It is her narcissism. That inbuilt defence mechanism that sits there like a background app, seeking to ensure that she controls all those that come on her radar, keeping control of them, nullifying threats to control, drawing fuel in the appropriate circumstances, gathering character traits, and obtaining those residual benefits. It isn't kindness, it isn't love, it isn't affection. All of those are just means to get to the prime aims. And once again, we have another opportunity to understand the way that her narcissism works in relation to a PR puff piece that has been pumped out. Predictably enough, it comes from Hello and from Laura Sutcliffe, undoubtedly one of those individuals who finds herself in a dungeon beneath street level somewhere in London town, whilst two faux celebrities wearing rubber masks convince her to pump out 750 to 1,000 words, extolling the virtues of this one's wife. Now, interestingly, this PR puff piece appears to serve two purposes. The first is to big up this one's wife with regard to her appearance. Remember, as a somatic narcissist, she thinks she's gorgeous and beautiful. Secondly, it also appears that it has been done as a consequence of some criticism that came this one's wife's way, because a recent picture in which she appeared with Misha Nunu and Bobby Brown, meant that people thought that it wasn't her. Indeed. Whilst I was sat in the sunshine talking to various appliances of mine over the weekend, I happened to be lazily taking a scroll through X and noticed that a couple of commentators had advanced the idea that in actual fact that wasn't this one's wife. One can see that it is. After all, it's the usual linebacker shoulders on display, the lack of bosom as a consequence of the application of the Ozempic, and the biggest giveaway, the fact that she's wearing ill-fitting clothing, as mentioned elsewhere. Thus, it was apparent that it was this one's wife. But I noticed at least a couple of prominent individuals, well known in the Megxit community, had advanced the suggestion that this was not this one's wife, and that somehow she was utilising, who knows, a clone, a body double, a hologram. But the fact is, the suggestion that it wasn't her would not go down well with this one's wife. After all, she wanted the world to know that she was there hobnobbing with successful businesswomen, because she's a successful businesswoman, at least in her own mind. And thus the suggestion that it wasn't her offends her need for control. Other people would just laugh it off. Well, yes, I get it that people sometimes think that it's not me. I look a little bit different. Who cares? I know I was there. I don't need to prove anything to the world. I was there. But for the narcissist such as this one's wife, the suggestion that she wasn't hobnobbing with these successful people, that somehow she was performing some kind of deceit by sending a doppelganger in her stead, meant that it offended her need for control, that it damaged her image. And as such, as we have seen in so often the case, this one's wife needs to nullify that threat to control with one of her clapbacks. And thus, Hello had been galvanised into action. Laura Sutcliffe writes, "The Duchess of Sussex has had a very busy weekend." Ha! By her standards, I presume it is. The wife of Prince Harry headed to a business summit on Saturday in the Hamptons. Thought she was there on Friday. Anyway, and was seen on beauty extraordinaire Bobby Brown's Instagram. Looking fabulous in her trademark neutral colourway. Fuck! You mean beige. The mother of two slipped into snaps subtly. Well, I don't think they were subtle in that she was sort of in the background. She was very much the subject of the photograph, wearing a tailored two-piece outfit by St. Agnes, and accessorized her look with superstar shades by Heidi Merrick and stunning Cartier girl jewellery. But did you spot her hair? Well, hello. Funnily enough, I did, because it's on top of her fucking head. This one's wife is known, is she, for her flowing raven locks. Others would say that they're hair extensions or a wig, which she wears either loose and lightly curled, or in a slicked, messy bun. In this snap, though, this one's wife's hair has a slight parting at the front, and it looks like her hair has been twisted into an undone ponytail, with loose tendrils on the side. We think you will agree it looks totally different. Well, it does look different, and to my mind, it looks like she's not got extensions in. If somebody wants to wear extensions, that's a matter for them. Who cares? But this one's wife wouldn't like the suggestion that she's using extensions, because the particular type of somatic narcissist that she is, she wants everybody to believe that that's her natural hair. We know that her natural hair is frizzy, the afro effect, as a consequence of her black genes. And there's nothing wrong with that. But this one's wife thinks there's something with that, because she never wears her hair in a natural style. She always has it flattened, and there's been repeated instances where people have pointed out, individuals who are far more interested in her hair than I am, that she wears extensions or indeed a wig. And it would appear on this occasion that neither of those things have been applied. Thus, she looks different. Fans took to Bobby's page to ask if it was actually this one's wife. One follower wrote, "Is that this one's wife in the tan suit?" Another added, "I was wondering the same thing and came here to ask the same." One Instagram user added, "It looks like her?" ? Makeup mogul Bobby, whose incredible brand Jones Road Beauty is hugely popular with makeup fans all over the world, confirmed to her followers that indeed it was the royal. The event had quite the guest list, including entrepreneur Jamie Kern-Lima, who founded IT Cosmetics. She said a selfie, see parts pass him, with the former Suits star later that evening. The star-studded bash was hosted by Amy Griffin, a key investor in top-notch beauty brands such as Bumble, Goop, and Hello Sunshine. Designer Misha Nonu and makeup expert Victoria Jackson were both in attendance, and they are great friends of this one's wife, who is launching her own lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard Retirement Homes, very soon. Well, I thought it already had been launched, albeit shittily. So there we are. This one's wife does look different because it would appear that she's not wearing her hair in the usual way, and some people thought that it didn't look like her. They commented on Bobby Brown's social media, and I saw it also on X from prominent commentators. This has come to this one's wife's attention. As we know, she enjoys a rage scroll in the morning to see what's going on social media, and the fact that it suggested that it wasn't her means that she necessitated the PR puff piece to be pumped out by Hello by way of response. The pettiness of this mid-range narcissist. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.